So I had a request come in from DC, and it reminded me of the very first video I made in the reboot of my channel. So I thought that video was quite aimless and also a little bit hard to watch. So I thought I would revisit it and I'd try to make the cheapest supercar that can reach 200 miles per hour and then take it up Pikes Peak. So we want downforce in this car, not that faux stuff which I had there when I thought that stuff was actually real downforce. So we're going to start with very cheap steel. It's going to be a monocoque and made of more steel because cheapness is the key here. We're gonna go with a mid-transverse, double wishbone, oh no, McPherson's right on the front, and then double wishbone on the rear to keep the prices as low as possible. A new project. And here's where we're going to differ. So I had a flat plane V8, which is going to take a little bit more time to develop. An inline is a very short amount of time to engineer compared to these ones. So you can see the engineering time there is 21, and then the next ones are like 40, then 44, and then 36, that's lower, but yeah, at 21, this is the cheapest one to make, and we're gonna make this, let's say, a 5-cylinder, something at least unique, because we all know that Volvo's being one of the few companies to make 5 cylinders are supercars. Anyway, aluminium, dual overcams, 4 valves per cylinder, aluminium, and this thing is basically just going to be running a buttload of turbo boost. And also, we want to keep the mileage at least this side of hurting my wallet. And then we're going to go with cast for now. Compression ratio can stay for now. Cam profile can go up a bit because we do need RPM. We need a lot of RPM. And then we're going to have... that takes an extra 12 months. Let's see how it goes without variable valve timing. For now, turbocharger, ball bearing, and performance. This is going to have a lot more power than that, thank you very much. Injection, which one? Oh, that engineering time is massively bigger. So we're going to go with multi-point EFI. Configuration is going to be a single one, and it's going to be a performance manifold. Though maybe race is actually better? I don't know, we'll check it out. But then again, I want that service cost to be a little bit lower, so maybe even standard? We'll see how it all goes. We're gonna go with a premium fuel. Now I know that I would rather not have premium fuel, but it's what we can do. Up that RPM for now, because better RPM helps with better top speeds. A high flow cat, and then no mufflers to save price, obviously. And we're dealing with a ginormous amount of knocking right now. That's not particularly great. Let's add a little bit more camshaft in, take that compression ratio down a little bit. Wow, a 9.1 compression ratio on a 2020 car? This is pretty harsh, bro. I really don't want to go into the 8 compression ratios. You know what? That is a lot of extra time, but I think we're going to need to go direct injection, or we're going to actually have to go up to a 6-cylinder to get more power out of this thing. Oh, but now it's too big. Oh, we do want to keep the service cost low, so we will stick with a 5-cylinder for now. We can go up to 8,800 RPM, so let's just bump that up there for now and leave that as it is for now. Wow, we are not getting much power out of this engine at all. I suppose we'll leave it at 234 kilowatts for now, and we'll see how much further we're getting along. What's the drag coefficient? 2.4? You know what? That's not so bad. Let's move on and see what we can do. We're going to stick with a cheap old manual, a 6-speed, because they're less uncommon these days, and 200 miles per hour, that's what, 320 kilometers an hour. So that's about the top speed that we'll set, and we'll go with a viscous LSD because cheaper, and it's an LSD. Radials, sports compound, put bigger tires on the rear because we're going to need that. Slightly bigger tire and bigger rims, a little bit of offset there. A little bit of offset on the front. Alloy wheels to keep that price down once again. A vented disc on the front, a 1-piston, then a vented disc, probably also a 1-piston on the rear. It is a very light engine. It's only a 5-cylinder. And it's not a very big one at that, too. Gonna go with a fully clad under tray because that is very important. The aerodynamics gonna be up a little bit because that is one of the very few important things of this car. And a 2-seater, sure. Sports, and then a basic infotainment because we want it to have at least something, but also be cheap. Hydraulic power steering, ABS, traction control, don't care about that. Safety will be what's the weight here difference? The weight difference is not a whole lot more, so we're gonna go with basic 10s. Gonna go with a progressive string, gas monotube, and passive sway bars, and set that to, let's go race. So this will be like a really hard car, but it's cheap, so it'll be track budget. And our weight is very high. God damn. What's our price right now? Our price is $36,000, which is pretty high, but what's our top speed? We have already broken 200 miles an hour, so we can actually lose a little bit of cost. Oh, our fuel economy is great. That's better than my Ute. God Damn! And this thing does 345 kilometers an hour. 214 miles. That's Ferrari speed from 200 kilowatts. Now, we are going to be actually, you know what? No, hold on. We can't really sacrifice a whole lot here because we are going to be putting downforce on this thing. So that's going to cost us a fair chunk of money. Wait, sorry. Speed. So what do we go with here for our front splitter? That's probably going to hamper our top speed a lot. But I think we kind of need it. And this should be the width of the front tires. At least. And what everybody wants is a big, fat front, like scoop out type wing, whatever you want to call this thing. And that'll give us a little bit of extra downforce. We'll deal with the lights later and the styling and whatnot. We will give it a color for now. We're going to go with the same color that it originally had though. So we're going to go with bright yellow because I want to. Now on the rear, we're going to have two lots of aero. It's going to be a rather big rear diffuser. Spitufa, as I like to call it, apparently. And we're going to go with a very basic splayed type diffuser. That is ungamely, but we'll run with it for now. Now what we want is a good rear wing. What are these rear wings? I don't think I've ever used them. What the... Oh, that one's meant to stick off the rear end. Wait, no, hold on. Those are for the front. Oh, I see now. No, they are made right. Okay. These are front aero devices for F1 cars. Interesting. Okay, well, we're not going to be running that. That's a little, yeah, unsightly for a car like this. We want at least a gooseneck, because that's modern technology, and it doesn't cost a whole lot more to manufacture, I'm assuming? Let's just go with a custom element wing then. Something like that. I think that's how we're going to attach it to the car. Looks a little bit weird, if I'm being honest, but I think we can work with it. I just don't know how to make this work, so we'll just leave it as is and just hope that nobody ever pays too much attention to the back end and how it just doesn't look right. But now we have aero on the front and extra aero on the rear. So we do want that extra aero on the rear, so then we can keep the weight back there. Now let's choose some wheels and move on. I think that works pretty darn well. I'm just going to duplicate that. So now we've got nice cutaways around this area. And now what we want is to somehow make a grille that suits this body line, which I don't think exists, if I'm being honest. So let's grab something like this, make it super big, and it looks ugly as ass. Okay, I think this is coming together quite nicely. We're going to stick a number plate on there to kind of pull the design of this car together. Now I want to grab a little bit of air around here so then it can be used as an air curtain down the side. There's not really a whole lot of room to put vents in. So we'll just move on to headlights for now. You know what? That already looks like a modern day Ferrari with like headlights that are just, you know, a little too small. You know what? I don't like the Ferrari design, but I do kind of like the idea of having like really small headlights like a Ferrari. Yeah, I think that'll do. And then we'll put some ventilation on top to fill out the empty space left by such minuscule headlights. And that should do that section. I don't know how to make this body look good. This body is particularly tricky to work with. You know what? No, we're going to change up a lot of the side here. I was never particularly happy with it anyway. At least that's the story I'm going to tell myself for a while. This does fit kind of the more flowy, wishy-washy style of this body. You know what? I already think that looks a lot better, except for the fact that it's got this weird body line here. Is there any sort of morphing to reduce said body line? Not by the looks of it, unfortunately. So yeah, we are just stuck with our body line. I do like the fact that we can see right in there to the wheel. That is pretty cool. That's what you get with a lot of race cars. You know, I just realized that this car isn't bottomed out very much. Is that as low as it goes? It seems so tall. Maybe I do need double wishbone on the front, so we're going to increase that price just a little bit more. Unfortunately. There we go, double wishbone. And then let's drop this thing on its butt. You know what? Still seems a bit tall. For some reason, this body is just super tall. Well, I suppose you work with what you've got. So we're going to keep on moving along with this car. We now have a problem of no ventilation in the rear because that was filled in now. I don't know how to get like legitimate looking cooling into the back apart from putting on a roof scoop. So I think we might have to blank out this window and put a roof scoop in. Well, that scoop sticks out a little bit too far, but you get the idea. And now we're going to put in a interior after I put on the windshield wipers, of course. Or should I say windshield wiper, because I want to run that like single vertical style windshield wiper. Well, we seem to have our bottom sticking out, so we're gonna retract that just a smidge and then make that invisible because we don't need that. Oh yes, I do love some good old analog gauges. I don't like digital gauges that much. They look like they could break easily. So we're not gonna have some digital digital stuff. We're gonna go with some good old analog gauge. This is my car. I get to make it the way I want to make it, because this is not for everyone. This is for the sort of person that's like me, that wants to imagine that they could go to a racetrack and win every race day, but drive it around as a normal daily car. Now here's a question for you. Is this car going to be running regular... is it going to be made by a match manufacturer, meaning that it needs things like airbags, or is it going to be made by a small independent manufacturer, which means that this thing is going to be exempt from those sorts of things and say like a kit car type thing? And I think we're going to say that this one is maybe a bit of a kit car, which means that we're going to give it the PCP brand, which is my kit car brand. It's going to be called the CB for the comeback. I don't know why, I just wanted to call it that. Don't look at me like that. Back end does look a little bit bland, but there's not really a whole lot I can do here, is there? That might do it. I don't know why I chose this color back in the day. It's a terrible idea. Okay, engine bay is now filled in. You got a little bit of a parcel shelf in there now. I may consider this somewhere near being done. Hold on, I got one last... God, it's just like the next thing. It's just the next thing all the time. All right, now it's over-designed. God damn it, but it's fine. Whatever, let's just move on. I'm gonna put on the badging and we'll just go over. So let's give this thing a quick test around here, and a 209. I would have liked it a little bit faster, but I suppose we just don't have the choice, do we? Our top speed has come down considerably as well, so we are gonna need more power. You've only got a 2 liter? Yeah, now let's up that to like a 2.5 maybe? Ooh, our engine is getting a bit big in the bay though. All right, 285 kilowatts. Now let's see what we can do. Apparently we can oversteer. But let's have a look at our speed. Oh, we are getting so close. Gonna down the rear wing angle a little bit, and 320, very close, but we still need more power. Frick, you know what? We're gonna have to give up. We're gonna have to put in a 60-degree V6 in here, which will also help us with that like creeping up engine size issue that I was looking at and going, I just don't want to deal with that. So we're up to a 2.8 liter, which is fairly chunky, and it's going to add to our weight, unfortunately, but already we've got a buttload more power. How much does that hurt our price? This is not going to be pretty, is it? Our price is now $44,000. That sucks. But our top speed is now 333, so we are now once again beyond what we had before. So we're doing pretty well. Almost 208 miles an hour. Pretty decent. Oh, a 60-degree V6 takes less time to engineer. Interesting. So now our price should have come down just a smidge. $300. Okay. So test track now. 205. I do like green. Here's hoping that nothing scrapes. Which it will, but we can hope it doesn't. Okay, let's have a look at these collisions. Ooh, this is actually looking super clean to start off with. That is nice. Okay, let's give this one a bit of a try. It's a bit of a bog off the line. Oh my god, this thing is loud. Holy cow. Coming up to the first corner. And wow, it's really hanging on there quite nicely. Could do with a little bit more front grip, but it's doing fine enough, I suppose. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have put more downforce on the rear and had bigger front tires and done the good old trick of counteracting understeer. Let's see how the thing does under brakes. Ooh, that's pretty good. Oh, I like you. Pretty decent. You know what? Don't particularly need it. I mean, like, it'd be nice, but yeah, I think it works fine without the workaround, though it would do better. So yeah, you know what? Maybe we should go back and do it again. Oh god! Don't worry guys, I survived. So with the short wheelbase, the car was able to get turned quite easily, but we can do better than that. So our our mechanical grip starts to give way at about 87 to like mid 80s. So we're gonna up this to give us just crazy amounts of oversteer, but become like really nice to handle in low speeds. And then we're gonna counteract that by putting on rear downforce. Now, the average speed of a car around this sort of area in Pikes Peak, I believe, is 150. So we don't have to worry about 200. But I am gonna fix that because we need the better grip at lower speeds. I think about there, actually, it should be fine. Yeah, all right, we'll do that. We'll try it out. And hopefully, adding that extra angle to the rear wing won't cause it to scrape on the ground, because that would suck. You know what I didn't do, though? I didn't test its top speed, but I just heard a crash, and yes, it looks like there's a problem with the rear diffuser slapping that ground. Something weird is happening, because it's not actually clipping through to touch the ground. So, all right, we're going to have to unpack this and fix the mod. This, mod body is not mod body. This mod fixture here is notorious for breaking, and I don't know why. So we're gonna try to fix that, and we're just gonna change the brake group type to 1. It seems to still break. And son of, is it colliding with the body? Is that what's happening? But there's no self-collision, so what's it colliding with? Well, all I did was just turn up the beam strength to hopefully hold this thing in place, and it still seems to want to just pull out of place. This is so irritating. Can I at least... It still drives. So you know what? I think we're good. We're gonna go with that. Brum brum. Let's see if this wing can stay attached to the rear here, and hopefully it's not like creating maybe like too much downforce or something, and stuffing me up for other things. The engine is creating weird noises, but we're gonna see if we can go all the way up to, what was it, 330? I would have lost a little bit because I added more rear downforce on. So, oh no, my rear diffuser is still bugging out. It's flapping in the wind. God damn it. It is causing aerodynamics issues. We are struggling to now get up to 300, but it looks like we will get there. Oh no, oh nope. Nope, 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 nope. And our wing looks like it wants to pull itself apart, but that's fine. It's still attached to the car. Doesn't look like it's like actually interfering with the ground, just like some weird body flexing issues. We're at 300. We've got 20 more kilometers an hour of this to go. Come on, baby. Yes. Yes. 310. I get the feeling that 311 is kind of my limit. But our turbos have not overheated, so I think there's a little bit more there to be gained. More power, please. Let's turn up the boost and hope that that's enough to do what we want it to do. Our engine is going to be just a smidgen more peaky as well, unfortunately, but there's not really a whole lot I can do here. This thing is meant to be as budget as possible. We're also going to, get rid of this. I do love this rear splitter. Rear diffuser, because it is very accurate to what you want there. You want it to not just come out, but you also do want it to splay out as the further it goes back. So we're just gonna have to ditch that one. Unfortunately, that mod has always been broken from day one. We're just gonna go with one that we do know works. And we're gonna go with one that was just like a little bit easier and cheaper to design. And we are gonna be generating considerably less downforce with this as well. And our top speed is back up again to where it was before we increased the rear downforce. And our price is $45,700. But I suppose there are supercars that cost a hell of a lot more than that and can't do 200 miles an hour. And our car is now into the Bonneville salt flats. It looks like we don't have any issue with rear splitter, and the front splitter is just fantastically just sitting there. Sitting pretty. So, let's give this one a try and see how much better this car is now reaching our top speed. So what did we get to? 311 last time? We were 9 kilometers an hour short of our goal. We already seem to be going much better up to our previous speed. I remember this being very doldrum last time. And there we go, we've passed our previous time. And we're getting there. 200, 320 to 327, and we're still going. Are we actually going to reach the speed that automation said we're going to reach? This is incredibly loud. Come on. We can go. Oh, hello. Now to see how the thing does around Pikes Peak, to see if that sacrificed rear downforce is going to be a problem as we're going around. So we've reached 135. Now 200 was kind of the limit to where we start getting oversteer. I think we could probably do with maybe a little less downforce already on the rear. The thing doesn't seem particularly great. Okay, we're going 170, 180. This is where we start getting into oversteer territory, but it really felt very stable the entire time, and the brakes are really good. For $40,000, this car is a goddamn bargain. It's not the lightest car. I think this is what, like 1,400 kilos, which is, okay. Yeah, I think this thing could do with a little bit more front downforce. You know what? It needs its front tires though. That's yeah, that we need. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna do our wing mod. So we're just gonna put on a little bit of extra downforce. I'm gonna put it up like 0.05 and see how that goes. Clutch dump. Okay, a little bit more sprightly when you clutch dump, though it struggles to figure out which gear that it's meant to be in. And we're gonna see if we can get a little bit more grip in that front area, get it turned around a little bit more. Okay, doesn't really feel a whole lot more. Maybe I should up it to a complete one extra unit of angle on the front. I'm not saying degrees and all that sort of stuff. Oh, okay. You know what? No, we are actually getting oversteer now. Maybe 0.05 was a little too much. Oh dear. I'm gonna down that to say like a 0.2. And then we're going to actually do a proper race. All right. Let's give this a try, shall we? Oh, I've got it to have no clutch assistance. Let's go make this. Oh, you know what? No, it is a manual shifter. We will do it the hard way, because I think I may have gotten a little bit called out.
As you guys can see, fully manual here today. Full heel and toe, no assists whatsoever, because this is a true sim racer channel.
So we've got our 6-speed shifter here. Let's go give this a proper try. You know what? Using a clutch in this game is not so bad. And this car feels really good too, by the way. Lots of proper grip and everything. I'm gonna use second gear to slow us down. Gonna switch into first gear to come out of here. Get a lot of wheel spin, that's fine. Come up here to the first, hard to judge corner. Okay, we've got a little too much oversteer now. We might have to undo that front wing adjustment I did. Back down, apply. Let's give this a try. Okay, this high-speed corner felt just a little bit skittish last time, and we're gonna see if it's still quite skittish. No, it's pretty good. We're going about 200 kilometers an hour, which is, oh my God. And braking. Use the gears to slow us down a lot, and we didn't brake for any of a different sort of length of like further back. My brain's working, I swear to God it is. But we're able to pull up in time because I used engine braking properly. God damn it. Now I understand why you really want a sequential gearbox sometimes. Things just become a little bit easier. God damn it. This is a whole new learning experience using a clutch and gear shifter in this game. Fuck it, I give up. No, we're getting rid of the whole, we're not using a shifter. Not with like no feedback whatsoever from the game in any sort of meaningful way. Okay, now we have problems with oversteer. Maybe I should be a little bit softer on the accelerator when changing gears. Much better with paddle shifters. I'm gonna make every car I make ever from now on some sort of thing that can be controlled with paddle shifters, so like sequential or dual clutch, or maybe even an advanced automatic. But I see the paddle shifter's worth now. It allows you to have both hands on the steering wheel the entire time. Ha! And across the line, 244. I mean, it's not a hypercar. This is only a supercar. So that's not horrible. So that puts us just below the, like, true made hundreds of thousands of dollars of value worth a car. And then above the ones that just are big, like your regular Joe Blow type cars. So we're doing pretty well. but I think we can knock off another 3 seconds and do better than at least one of the couple $100,000 worth of car. Ah, son of a gun. I eventually put down a rather decent lap though. The real tricky thing is about this car is, once again, it's a rear-wheel drive car with a very peaky turbo engine. So it does like to kick around quite a lot when you're trying to push this thing uphill. And so far, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm never, ever going to do a cam again. This is such a pain in the ass to edit, by the way. I may do for like some special things, but generally, I'm not going to do a webcam type thing over normal video. This has been an absolute nightmare, especially since I recorded this on my A7S. No, sorry, not A7S. FS700, which is a mighty big camera. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just had my webcam and recorded it that way, but I have this whole thing about making sure everything's recorded separately. But if you do like it, please do subscribe, even though you'll never see a webcam ever again. Also, I hate how I look here with like no neck. And now the reason why I'm talking about that and not about the car itself is because, well, this lap is fairly self-explanatory. You can just see I'm taking every corner fairly nicely. You have to be very easy on the throttle here, because changing gears in this car kicks it out so hard, especially when you're at like your higher RPMs. If you're switching to second or third, it's going to kick you completely out wide. So you really do have to ease off the throttle during that point, or be pointing directly forwards. And especially when you're going uphill in this car, if you're ever so slightly off angle and you punch it, you're gonna just end up looking at your own tire treads left on the ground from when the wheel started to spin and you gone around. It's not the most elegant car, but it is a car that will do about 200 miles an hour for, what was it, like $45,000? And I mean, I probably could have done it for cheaper as well if I had no downforce. So you could take off the downforce and probably go an extra 10, 20, maybe even 30 miles an hour quicker if you really wanted to. And there are ways to stifle downforce without actually removing body parts from the car. Say like put your exhaust to dump right into where the diffuser is. But yeah. Come on, final hairpin. And that's basically the end of this lap, really. Like, we go around here, it's fairly good. Get a little bit skittish around this corner on the big full lap version that I do of this. But here, it's just all good. A little bit scary, but we crossed the line. Damn it! I didn't even knock off an entire second. Frick, let's just go do the long track now. I do wonder how our budget supercar is going to do here. This one is quite tricky, to say the least. Any track that's this long becomes super tricky on how to handle things. Because, where do you push? There's so many different chances for you to do right or wrong. It's just problem after problem. No! Come on! Oh. Oh, that's a big drift. No! And unfortunately, this is about as close as I ever got to actually finishing a lap in this car. This car, yeah. Oh, what the flip? Why did I suddenly understeer? What just happened? Can we make it back up? I don't want to redo all of this. Come on, please. No, I was right at the end. We've been doing this nearly 10 minutes this lap. Restart. I give up. I'm done. Come on. So many times. Just, I've had it with this car. It just, that really shitty snap oversteer that it gets sometimes. It makes it such a pain in the ass. It's a good car for cruising. It is a supercar. It is not a hypercar or a track car. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you guys next time when I pull my hair out a little bit less. Goodbye.